Hello, people. Let's get into this, shall we? We got about roughly, I want to say about an hour ago. Um, the NBA officially posted their bracket for the play-in tournament. Um, Now, I will say it took me a little while because I was like, okay, play-in tournament set, bracket set, like let's just roll into it. To get the graphics ready and organized, it took a little bit longer than I expected. It took longer than an hour. And especially with coming up with the thumbnail and stuff, which is right here. Hold on, let me show you the thumbnail. Boom, boom. As you guys can see. Um, who would have thought that this would take, a while? So, um, with that being said, though, I thought just because where we're sitting at with how the NBA is getting ready to go into the playoffs, we got one more week of NHL action. I thought, you know what, hey, the bracket's out, it's official. We're going to roll into the play-in tournament this week. Why not give a prediction and do a little bit of a prediction video on this? And so the first thing that I wanted to do is, if I'm not mistaken, winner goes here to the 7th. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 7, 8. Okay. The first thing that I do want to notice, so the last game that I watched before this was posted is I did see that the Clippers, because the Clippers won today, and how they beat the Warriors, it pushed the Warriors down to the play-in tournament, because the West, dude, the West is freaking crazy with how teams like the Lakers were in that mix. But the one seed, obviously the one seeds on both sides was going to be locked. It was going to be the Thunder and the Cavs anyway. But with how just the West and how close it was, the 4 seed, 5 seed, 6 seed, 7 seed, like it all. Someone had a graphic on like SportsCenter late at night where the Lakers, like they had one more game, and if they got a win, they could potentially take a run at trying to get the 2 seed from the Rockets. But with how it was set up, like from the 3 seed to the 7th seed could have been all of these teams. Like even the Kings or the Mavericks could have, snuck out the 3 seed just with how close and how many games behind everybody was. And so, I mean, with how we saw the thing go down the stretch, the Warriors lost today. Instead of being the 6th seed and, us potentially having a Curry versus, LeBron first round matchup, they have to go here and play in the play-in tournament against the Grizzlies. And like, what's sad too is, from Arizona, I'm not a Phoenix Suns fan, but how the Suns, I mean, they could have lost their way. Like the 10 and 9 seed, like it was begging to be picked by the Suns, because the Suns, they could have gotten into the play-in. Like the final remainder of their schedule was pretty favorable, but I think they lost like, let me double check here. I think they lost like their final, how many games in a row? Like they lost a lot of games in a row. They went 1-9 in their last 10. So like they missed out completely in the playoffs. It didn't help either that Kevin Durant had his injury and all that. So, okay, let me do something here real quick. Let me turn this off. This backlight's getting annoying. Okay. All right. So, anywho, let's get into this. Let's start with the West first. I'll have. Let's do this one first. Let's start with the 7-8. 7-8. I'm gonna take the Warriors winning this game, and then I'll just have them automatically moving on and being that 7th seed, because I think with what's going on with the Grizzlies right now is I think the Grizzlies have too much going on, with them pulling in Nuggets as well. They did it first, and then the Nuggets followed suit. You fire your coach with about 6 games left in the season, final month of the season. I think that's going to be really crucial for both the Grizzlies and the Nuggets as we get into some of these playoff series where you're down by one game and you try to have to find a game plan to get it back into a series. Coaching, like, we overlook it now, but like, I think coaching is a huge important piece in some of the success of these teams making runs. And I think too, the Warriors were hot. Now, I will admit, the Warriors towards the very end of the season, it did come to a screeching halt. Let me double check their last 10 standings. Warriors, they went 7-3 in their last 10. We saw how impressive their record was after acquiring Jimmy Butler. But gosh, let's just look at how it ended towards the stretch. Yeah, they lost to the Rockets, lost to the Spurs, lost to the Clippers. So they lost 3 of their last 5. Not good, which is why they're sitting here. Objectively, though, I mean, I think, yeah, the experience of Curry, the experience of Draymond Green, Coach Kerr, bringing on Jimmy Butler, and how well of a player he is, that's too much. I know defense is kind of like the staple of Memphis and how Memphis has carried themselves lately, but I'm going to take the Warriors all day. So that's who I'll have going as the 7th seed. And so then we'll go here to the Kings and the Mavericks. I'll just take the Kings because I don't like the Mavericks right now. The Mavericks are really stupid. I'm still not over them trading away Luka Doncic. And I don't think even, well, I think Kyrie's healthy again too. No, I remember that. That was an old photo. But even if, let's say that, no, Kyrie's out because he tore his ACL. Never mind. Even with a full, healthy AD, man, because either way, whether whoever it is, I think it's a lose-lose situation either. Because I will take the Grizzlies here, traditionally speaking. So I'll have the Kings moving on. I'll have the Warriors moving on. But like, I think from these two, the 9 and the 10, none of them, like the Mavericks to me, don't look better than the Warriors. They don't look better than the Grizzlies. Maybe if the Kings still had Fox, maybe. But they don't. So, all right. So that's how I'll probably have the West going. So let me go over here. We'll change this up a little bit. And we'll have the Warriors coming down here. We'll have the Warriors being that 7th seed. So Kings, Mavericks are eliminated. Okay, all right, let's go back now here to the Magic and the Hawks. I'm going to roll with the Magic. I think, like, there was some points where we've slowly seen it with injury. The Magic were up there at the 3 seed, 4 seed. They were doing pretty well. This team has been banged up before, kind of lost their stride. I'll take the Magic in one game. In a one do or die well, but hold on. Trae Young, though. Nah, give me this. Out of the Heat and the Bulls. Oh. It's hard to gauge because it's like, who's going to show up for this Heat game? Is it going to be like how the Heat played when Jimmy Butler came back and they steamrolled the Warriors? Or is it going to be the Miami Heat that we saw for the first 9 games after the Jimmy Butler trade? And then the Bulls are the Bulls. Is this going to be a home game? Let me double check. Let's see where this game is going to be held. Schedule. There we go. here we go. So Atlanta, it's Atlanta at Orlando. Yeah, okay, then give me Orlando. And then it's Memphis at. Okay, so it looks like the top. Okay, the top teams are the home. Oh, okay. Well, then, then yeah, give me the Bulls. Okay, so we'll have the Bulls go here. Have the Hawks go here. And then out of the Hawks and the Bulls, I'd pick the Hawks. Pretty simple there. Okay. So nothing too crazy, nothing too crazy. Okay. So yeah, Bulls beat the Heat. And then, okay. Now let's transition over here. Okay, so who's our 7th seed? We got the Magic. La, la, la. Crop that, make that look nice. Don't worry, you're not staying too long. Here we go. Because Celtics aren't losing. Celtics aren't losing to the... No way. No way. Not possible. All right. Now, how we sit from right here. Okay, first impressions. The ones. I'll take the one that seems more likely to get an upset, the Thunder. I'll take the Thunder here. I'll have them moving on to the next round. Cleveland, obviously. Like, there's no way they lose. There's no way they lose to the Hawks. Okay, now the 2 seeds. Let's go with the 2 seeds. Now, the 2 seed that I think is in more jeopardy is, yes, the Rockets. Because if we're looking 2 seed versus 2 seed, the Rockets are definitely more at risk than the Celtics. Celtics, yeah, give me the Celtics. That's an easy W. Have them moving on to the next round. And now out of the Rockets and the yeah, I'm picking the Warriors. I know it's a tough pick, but I'm gonna pick it anyways. Why? Because I'm not sleeping on the Warriors. Even after the loss today to the Clippers, I'm not sleeping on them. Okay. So those are the ones in the 2s. Okay, let's go now to the 3s. Okay. Are we kidding ourselves here? Even the Lake Show. We know the NBA wants it. And I personally, as an NBA fan, would want it too. We definitely want a Lakers-Warriors second-round matchup like that. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. And now out of the Knicks and the Pistons, I think this could be a sleeper series where I think this could go the distance. I think this could go to 7 games. Mind you, sweep, gentleman's sweep. I think this could go 6 games. And this could probably go 7 games. But this is probably one of those easy, okay, we'll pick the Knicks here. But I think this has the makings of one of those series where, okay, Detroit comes into Madison Square Garden, they steal one. And then the Knicks, on the brink of going down 3-1 in the series in Game 4, have to find a way to steal one in Detroit. And so the series would even up at 2 apiece, heading back to New York for Game 5. and from there it could go boom, boom, boom. Where the road team wins game 5, Knicks come back, win game 6 in Detroit, and then we get a game 7 where it's like, oh, who do we have here? I will, though. I'm going to take the Knicks, just off of initial reaction. I'm going to double check, look at rosters, look at how teams have been playing the last few games. Probably go from the All-Star break to now, look at injuries, who's been injured, who has the hot hand going into the playoffs. Like this one right here. I would love to pick the Bucks, but Dame Time is still injured with that blood clot, so I'm probably going to take the Pacers in this one. I don't want to, but Giannis can't. Now that I say that he can't, he probably will. Giannis can't just single-handedly carry the Bucks, and even if the Bucks get past the Pacers, look at who's waiting for them. The Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers have, taken care of business against the Bucks this season too, especially if Dame Time's not there. All right, now moving on. This is another intriguing matchup right here. The 4 and the 5. And the reason why I think this is a big one is just with what's going on around the Nuggets organization after firing the GM and the head coach. Because you got to look at it from that point of view. Nuggets don't have a coach, but historically the Clippers, whether it's Harden, Kawhi, Ben Simmons, Kyrie Irving, I'm implementing a little bit of the Nets too when I'm looking at this history. Joel Embiid too. In the most crucial moments when you need some of these players, they get injured. So I would say right now, if the Clippers can stay healthy, Clippers are going to win this series. But I'm not going to be surprised if we see, a post from Shams or Wind or Windy talking about, hey, breaking news, James Harden has, sprained his ankle, breaking news. Kawhi Leonard out for game 3 with, knee problems. Would not be surprised seeing that because we've seen it in the past handful of playoff runs. Like, remember, 2 years ago, it was for the 2023 playoffs. Clippers were playing the Suns, and Kawhi Leonard just tore it up. He had, I think, like 43 points, 43, 44 points. And, it looked like oh shit, here we go. Everybody picked the Suns to win this series. And then Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers took game 1. That's how I look at this series is right now there's too much going on with the Nuggets. I think if it's an overreaction to fire Coach Malone anyways. But is Jamal... is he back and healthy? So I'll take the Clippers in this one. I'll take the Clippers. Okay. Now, here we go from here. Give me this one. Give me this one. Didn't these two run into each other last year in the... No, who did the Knicks play last year in the playoffs? I feel like these two have played each other recently. Hold on. Let me see. Because I know the Pacers... and the Celtics. Oh, did the Pacers play the Knicks last year? Knicks versus Celtics playoffs. No. Wait. Let me look at a 2024 playoff bracket. The Knicks. The Knicks played. I'm thinking of the Knicks played the Pacers and the Celtics played the Cavs. That's how it was last year. Let's look at 2023. And then in 2023, Knicks played the Heat. Celtics played the 76ers. Before the Heat and the Celtics ran into each other in the Eastern Conference Final. That's when the Heat had that phenomenal 2023 playoff run. Okay. So these two teams have not run into each other. But the Hawks and the Celtics have in recent memory. Okay. That's definitely something to look at. Out of the Celtics and the Knicks, though, yeah, like I think we've kind of known that this was going to be the crash course. Since All-Star break, that these two teams were going to run into each other because they are the two best teams. And it's kind of, the East, I would say, has been easier to predict this year than the West because who knows? Maybe what if... Oh, let me fix this real quick. Because, yeah, who knows if, T-Wolves go on another magical run that they did last year. Rockets prove all the naysayers like me wrong. Or, yeah, they beat the Warriors, and then they beat the Lakers, and then they, get kind of a cupcake walk here where, okay, Clippers beat the Thunder to get to the Western Conference Final, but then look at that untimely injury by Kawhi Leonard. And so, Rockets get to the final. I think, the West, I would definitely say the West is a lot harder to predict than the East. Because I have a paper here. My initial prediction for the West, literally the day Mike Malone got fired, I had Nuggets Warriors in the Western Conference Final. But I don't even think that's going to happen. And then out of these two, give me the Thunder. And then out of these two, it's gonna be damn good. It's gonna be damn good. But give me the I don't know. Either way, here's the thing. I'll say this: whoever wins this series, they're playing the Celtics in the I was about to say Stanley Cup final. They're playing. Okay, and then give me the Lakers. Yeah, I would not be surprised if this is what the finals matchup is. No, wait. No, bring the front. There you go. There we go. I wouldn't be surprised if this is what the finals matchup is. I think after acquiring Luka Doncic and to see the run that the Lakers have been on, it just seems like this trade that happened that has a lot of people turning their heads, like it'd be boom or bust for the Lakers not to at least get to the Western Conference Final. I could also see playoff Jimmy Butler and Curry just destroying the Lakers. I really could, where Lakers take game 1, but then the Warriors take games 2 through 4, and then the Warriors have a 3-1 lead, and then they take care of business for game 5. Maybe if the Lakers sneak out game 5, they get them in game 6. It's really hard because, like, I've seen the Lakers play really good, and I've seen the Lakers play really bad. Like, I've seen them, get whooped up on by the Nuggets in last year's playoff, get swept in the Western Conference Final against the Nuggets the year before. I've seen Luka play good, but I've also seen Luka go down 0-3 to the Celtics in the NBA Finals. And so, like, I've seen a lot of pros and a lot of cons to literally every single one of these teams. But for history NBA's sake, like, and how the purists of like, okay, look at the two most iconic franchises in NBA history. This has the makings for ratings to be off the charts and for like, oh, here we go, another renewed rivalry, because we haven't seen Celtics Lakers since the big three, Boston and Kobe, with Powell and Garnett with Pierce and Allen and Rondo. Like we haven't seen that in a while. Gosh, yeah, that what was that 2008, 2009. So like it's been a hot minute. But I also, okay, let's say, because just a Cavs Thunder, I don't know. Like I think the Celtics roster is just too loaded for them to lose in the playoffs, and they are the defending champs. I could see the Celtics now. Who wins this matchup? Oh gosh, I don't know. I think it would be a little like on the nose if the Lakers won it in Luka's first year as a Laker. I could see the Celtics going back to back. Now we haven't had the same repeat champ since the 17 and 18 Warriors. So by that logic and that sense, Celtics are eliminated either way, and we'd have to have the Lakers win it or the Thunder or the Cavs. Because if that's the case, Lakers are winning it. But I don't think the Lakers would win it in Luka's first year. That just seems too... It's like, okay, Adam Silver, I see what's going on here. Yeah, but that's probably sit with that prediction. Again, this is the initial reaction, initial prediction for how this plays out, because the truth is too, I might have, the Warriors. Okay, let's say the Warriors beat the Lakers. Okay, boom, bop, the pow. I kind of have a feeling for the NHL and the NBA, we're gonna have a repeat finals where we've seen these Warriors in the finals against the Celtics. I think that would be cool. No way we get a Cavs Warriors finals. Because it'd be just kind of like, really, considering how many times they've met in the past. The rosters have both been flipped tremendously. Because I think the only one that has stayed from the Cavs is Kevin Love, and then the only one that's still there for the Warriors is Draymond, Curry, and Steve Kerr. So, yeah. So that'd be my soft prediction. Winner this plays these guys, but that could all change too, because we go in here to the play-in. What if the Warriors don't get past the Grizzlies, and then they got to go down here and play the Kings, and they don't beat the Kings, and then the Warriors are just out, because that's how crazy the West is. Or, oh, we don't need Luka, and then they go right here. Yeah, either way, because I think the East is pretty much set. Out of all the teams in the play-in, I think the scariest one that could cause the most damage is definitely the Warriors, because none of these four teams, I think, could run at the Cavs or the Celtics. Not the Bulls, not the Heat, not the Magic, and not the Hawks. If the Hawks are healthy and they go against the Celtics, maybe they could get to 5 or 6 like they did the last time. Because Trae Young kind of, when the back's against the wall, he does have some pretty good elimination games. But out of the West, but yeah, out of the West, I don't think any of these two teams are too frightening to make a serious playoff push. But then out of the West, I think if the Grizzlies are the 7th seed, whoever the Rockets play, if they play the Grizzlies, I'll probably pick the Rockets. If they play the Warriors, I'm going to pick the Warriors. Because I think I don't see the Rockets beating the Warriors. I really don't. I know that they just played, what was it, 3 days ago. And I know the Warriors have lost 3 out of their last 5. But when you get in a best of 7 game series, it takes a lot to eliminate the Warriors. And so, yeah. What? I'll look at some here real quick. Oh, I noticed too, when we look back on the 2024 NBA playoffs, Warriors didn't even make it. They lost the play-in game, which is, yes, that was what started because Thompson, yes, Klay Thompson, yep, shot 0 for 10, 0 for 11, didn't make a single three, and that's what started the trade rumors for that team. Yes. But then when we go to 2023, they got to the semifinal, where they lost to the Lakers, but then in the next round, the Lakers got swept by the Nuggets anyways. So, I mean, it's been a hot minute since the Warriors have had a deep playoff run. I mean, to go from NBA Finals champs in 22, lose to the Lakers in 23, miss it altogether in 24. Because the play-in, this is just my hot take, the play-in tournament is not the playoffs. It's just kind of... I still to this day think that the play-in tournament was made for LeBron, to keep the Lakers within contention. Like, we don't see it now because it's like, oh no, the Lakers are good. The Lakers have been dog shit for the past 2-3 seasons before Luka came on board. I mean, like, they lost to the Suns. I will give them credit the year that they did get swept by Nikola and the Nuggets. They did get to the Western Conference Final, and they did go through Curry and the Warriors. But, like, other than that, like, it's just been disappointment after disappointment with LeBron's Lakers. So there's parts of me, and the play-in has only been around since the 23 season. So I think, no, 20. Did I say 21 or 23? I think it's the 2021. The play-in has only been around since the 2021 season. And so, like, truthfully, yeah, I think that the play-in was made for LeBron, so that LeBron, all you got to do is get the 10th seed, and we'll go on a run from there. And even on the East side, looking at the East side, Jimmy Butler and the Heat, like, go in cruise mode, and they always get, like, that 8th or 9th seed, and then they go on their magical run. But Joel Embiid and the Sixers, too, they'd sit around, like, the middle, and they'd make that play-in. It's funny to see, too, how since 2021, when the play-in was first made, back in 2023, the Thunder, I think, were the 10 seed, or I can't remember which seed they were, but they were in the play-in tournament. And people were like, this team, they're on the up and ups. This team's going to get a lot better. And now from play-in to first overall, like, I think that's pretty impressive. Yeah. They were the play-in, and they had to play the Pelicans. And then if they won that, they had to go play the T-Wolves or... Yes. That was the play-in tournament for the 23 playoffs. So to just see how much things have changed, where you go from play-in. Yes. Win and get in. Oh, man, this one's old. Look at that. Back when Pascal Siakam was still on the Raptors. Chicago versus Toronto. Win to get in. Play-in tournament. Yes. Oh, my. There's the other play-in tournament. Yes, the Bulls and the Heat. So, and that was the year. Yeah. that Jimmy Butler. Yep. So the Bulls and the Heat have met in the play-in before. Yeah, that was the year that Butler. They beat the Bulls. They got to the play-in. They played the Bucks first round. Now, okay, did Giannis get injured in Game 1? Yes, he did. But when Giannis came back for Game 3, the Heat rolled him and took, the 2-1 series lead. So, yeah, those are the two guys I would say that play-in was made for. Jimmy Butler and LeBron James. And now I think the play-in tournament's going to go away here after LeBron and Curry retire, because there's no need to keep it, because it's like, just cut it. Like, we know who the 8th and the 7th seed are. Because what it does is this play-in is basically taking away from, like, we know it's one of these moves, but it's also taken away from, like, the value and the importance of the regular season. If we're trying to make the regular season important, then make the games important. Make it where, okay, we're sitting at the 10th seed, like, we need a freaking win or we're going to get eliminated. Because, yeah, like, I remember in the 2018, 2019, 2017 playoff is when we get to this point in the season, like, if you weren't winning games, like, mathematically, yes, you'd be eliminated halfway through March, because you're not, there's no play-in to try to reach for. So, I don't know. Now I'm just rambling. But that's going to be my thoughts on that. I'll have it's a soft maybe, but Lakers and Celtics is how I can see it going. Winner of that, Lakers, probably Lakers, but and that right there, dismiss. Interesting. Okay. All right. Whoa! Inception. Da da da. Okay. Yeah, we'll end the stream there. Sorry. Rambling here at the very end, but yeah, I think whoever wins this series probably wins the NBA Finals. I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics win it, though, but just with how the NBA, there hasn't been a repeat champ in a lot of years. And I know the Thunder are the best team, and it seems like an easy pick, but not even when the Thunder were like Russ, KD, Serge Ibaka, not even they could win it. So, I mean, this new big dynamic Thunder team, like, only time will tell before all these guys are bought out. And Williams, those guys go to different teams and they're winning MVPs. Like, like I can see history repeating itself for the Thunder, where this young core that they got right now, we're going to stay together, we're going to win. No. The second the money comes in, they'll be picked apart. And then SGA will be the next Russell Westbrook, where he's the last one standing. First one to go is probably going to be Chet, and then Williams, and then the other one. So, all right, but we'll end the stream there. I hope you guys enjoyed catching another one. Peace.